Greetings everyone and welcome back to 2 Point Hospital for the channel. We are back with the release of 2 Point Hospital, or rather the release version of 2 Point Hospital. We're still about 2 days away from its full release on Steam, so for those of you who are still sitting on the fence undecided whether you would like to purchase it or not, this is an opportunity for you to check out what edges have been smoothed, what furniture has been polished and then slightly set askew in the room, and of course what bugs have been squashed and then summarily swept up by our completely not overworked janitors. Now, unfortunately, we cannot continue the story of the Dapper Dell Wellness Foundation. I have tried, and there's loads of shenanigans from where we were on a very early alpha build and then coming into the release build. They just don't like to play together. So we will be beginning anew. Maybe I'm going to need to go to my hospital as well and get my tongue untied. But let's begin, shall we? Ooh.
At 2 Point Hospital, over 52% of our patients believe they leave healthier than when they arrive.
That seems low.
Our precisely calibrated equipment is operated by compassionate healthcare practitioners, many of whom have even been to medical school or watched DR. If you suffer from turtle head, let us ease your worries and noggin gently out of your body. Chest infection is no laughing matter. Put your trust in oversized shoes.
Don't steal their smiles.
Hands. We're building a brighter, safer future.
With less happy people in it.
Anything will stand in our way.
Even happy people.
You deserve the best. So join us at 2 Point Hospital. We're open for new staff, new patients, and a new you. Can I go play golf?
No.
Yet? I'm teeing off at 3.
I don't care. Get back to work, minion. Oh, my lord. I still feel super bad for the clowns. Poor clowns. Welcome to 2 Point County. I'm Albert Crank. I'll be your trusty advisor on this journey. Hooray! This is Hogsport, and here, your first hospital. Click on it to get started. I very well will do in just a moment. I want to check some other things first and foremost. Right, I'm already noticing some edges have definitely been smoothed and a bit more polish has been applied. I am very happy with this. Let's have a quick look. Leaderboards. Oh, Elthrissim's already on 8 stars. I noticed him streaming this earlier. Wow, you got a lot of money there. My lord, and a lot of kudos. It's fine, it's fine. Our advanced knowledge of the game will allow us to rocket past. It'll take no time at all. Biffa already making a start there. Very well done there, Blala, as well. Hopefully, my list of friends that I have on Steam who are also playing will fill out, and we'll be able to do all sorts of awesome multiplayer challenges with them. Korea. Okay, well, we've unlocked nothing. I had to check, though, because I didn't know if any of it was going to carry over. Okay, so we've got $200,000 and 10,000 shares. And the share prices are 20 each. Can I buy people out? Oh, is this like theme park? If this has like a share thing like theme park and I can just buy shares in my friends' hospitals and eventually take control and have huge amounts of... this is going to be so great. Right, rename the foundation. Of course, we're not going with 2 Point Foundation, but we can't just go ahead and reuse Dapper Dell Wellness Foundation, can we? No. We're going to be Dapper Dell Wellness Foundation. Wellness... Wellnessary. There we go. Makes perfect sense. Doesn't this just speak of a hospital that you can put your trust in? The Dapper Adele Wellnessary. Perfect. Okay, begin your career as a hospital administrator. Learn the basics of your job by establishing your first hospital. Now, the way I'm going to be playing it this time is we're going to try and do as much as we can in the hospital before we move on to the next one. And hopefully that means that we're going to be able to unlock all of the swanky things without having to use all our kudos. 2 Point Hospital, welcome to 2 Point County. Are you ready to start building your first hospital and curing some patients? I don't know, it's a big step, really. Just to be aware, if there is anything I gloss over, because I have played this extensively in the alpha, if there are questions that I don't seem to explain in the episode, please don't hesitate to pop a comment down below and I will do my best to answer it. Or, of course, you can go back and check the earlier episodes where I go through a lot of the early game. The first, I think, 3-4 hospitals we managed to cover in the alpha. And that will explain a lot of the basic mechanics. But okay, super hospital. Looking around the hospital. Oh, really do I have to do this? Okay then. Move around the hospital, hold the right mouse button and drag. Move the cursor to the edge of the screen and WhatsApp keys. Let's move the camera. There we go. Now, what's up next? The first thing the hospital will need is a reception. Patients will head there when they arrive at the hospital. Let's build a reception desk near the entrance. Click on the items and build a reception. It's the only thing we can build. Very well. Now, where do I want to place this? I don't want my reception to be all the way out there. I guess we could have it kind of in the middle, I suppose. Just as they pop through the door. But the thing is, what if we end up with the big queues? I kind of like having my reception desk over to the side myself. Yeah, we're going to do that. We'll pop the reception desk right about here. Yoink. There we are. Great, we'll need an assistant to run the reception. Let's hire one now. Okay, I guess we do have to have an assistant. It is true. Customer service, increase reception and retail skills. Wow, you're good. You're already up to customer service 3. That's very good. Let's have a look at you, though. You're charming, nausea-inducing, and more roast than toast. So, charming makes people happier when interacting with them. Gross makes people feel sick. My advice, early on, in the very early parts of the game, this advice doesn't strictly hold true up until the point that you can train your staff. However, once you can train your staff with different skills, then skills are not the important hiring decision. It is what traits they have, because those don't go away. You will always be gross, unfortunately, Amy, and it's tragic, but it's true. Dwight Fossil, on the other hand, has potential, yet to master cursive. Is a fast learner, a quick learner that should develop quickly. For example, you're infinitely better than Amy because you're not going to make people sick, and in a hospital, sick people is not a good thing. So, sure, you're also a lot less to hire, but well, actually, you're only one customer service skill less. Or about Tarquin Stud Muffin, really? Hygienic. Thinks their life is a rom-com. Believes marzipan is toxic. Hygienic. Likes to stay clean and hygienic. Romantic. Constantly falling in and out of love. Aww. Tarquin. With a name like Stud Muffin, that doesn't actually surprise me too much. But no, we're going to go with Dwight. There you go, Dwight. Enjoy. General Practitioner's Office. Great. Before we officially open, we'll need a GP's office. Patients will visit a doctor working as a general practitioner at each stage of their diagnosis. The GP will assess patients and decide if they are ready for treatment or if they require further diagnosis. Let's build a GP's office now. To build a room, click on the Rooms button and pick one from the list, etc., etc. Now, on this level, it's not necessary. I don't think we can even expand this level out. So, it's not as big a concern, but when you're on other levels, do consider the way that people are going to move through your hospital. So from GPs to diagnosis or straight to treatment, and if they go to diagnosis, they're going to have to go back to GPs, so you might want another GP after it, so that you keep the queue moving through the hospital. Anyone who's played Ye Olde Theme Parky, or in fact Ye Olde Theme Hospital-y, will know what we're talking about here. Now, GP's office, where do we want it? I think we'll start around here and start moving off in that direction. I think that's a pretty solid idea myself. And we'll have a nice big room too. You can have a big old GP's office, and sure, we'll pop that there. And, because there's no such thing as privacy, we're going to put a window there. I may even put a window over here. There's not a lot you can do to stop me. Except complain bitterly in the comments. Yeah, we're going to have a window there as well. Now, every one of these is going to affect the prestige of the room, and the higher the prestige, the more people like it. That is, more people will like being in the room, so talking with the doctor, and additionally, the better the overall performance of the doctor, I believe. Sure, we'll pop you there. We are going to need a filing cabinet. Certain things are absolutely necessary in the room. Not all things, though. For example, we can have a filing cabinet there. And a wee plant. But, well, you know what? We'll have the wee plant over here. Now, if you hold down control, you are no longer snapping to the ground, so you can actually sometimes squeeze in a little bit of extra room, or you can just make things look a little bit better. But we're going to pop you there. There we go. I do want a fire extinguisher, though. We'll pop that right next to the filing cabinet. Now, we can't put a lot of these things in. Kudosh is earned through the game by achieving goals like curing X many patients, so on and so forth. And you can spend that on all sorts of wonderful gubbins. In fact, you can spend it on things like cheesy gubbins. I think we get Cheesy Gubbins. It's basically the snack machine to start with, and then we got other snack machines later on. Now, if we could just get your prestige up just a tiny bit more. Now, if we go down here, we can actually see visualization modes. So we want to have a look at how nice this room is. It's not particularly nice yet, so let's try and get that niceness up a little bit more. We'll have a wee plant right there, just to kind of obscure the one. Actually, these haven't been placed because we're still building the rooms, so they don't technically count yet. It's a bit of a shame. Still, I would like another plant. I have a decent amount of plants in here. I'm going to move this one, though. This one can go live... let's pop it to there instead. There we are. I just like plants, alright? They are. So is medical records and romantic novels. Well, we'll pop a romantic novel one over here. This one is for the romantic novels. The other one is for actual medical records. No one's going to know. It's us. Okay, I don't think I can really push the prestige any higher. We'll get it higher later on, though.
And to bring some small measure of sophistication to your drab little lives. Should any of you have any requests for popular tunes, as I believe people like to call them, do not hesitate to repress that impulse. I have no intention of playing any of that drivel.
Get out of here. Right, Doctor Whom. Excellent. Now we'll need a doctor to run the GP's office. Hire one. Now, very well, I shall do that.
You are now discharged.
I mean, they could have said it worse, I suppose. They could have said, get out. So it's really, the fact that they were polite at all about it is kind of nice. Now, you've got something nice. You've got Diagnostics. Increases diagnosis skills by 10%. Now, that's just a general improvement on that, which is cool. Hygienic, ties easily, switch hitter. Lazy, wants more frequent breaks. We've also, I'm actually going to slow down speed. We've also got Lance Beardsley, without a beard. You have treatment. Okay, so you're good at treating people, but that's not what we're hiring you for here. But you do have general practice, and this is a GP's office. So, it increases GP's diagnosis skill by 15%. This only increases it by 10%, but would work in any room. If we then wanted you to work in a clinic, you'd also be 10% better at treating people. But in addition, you've got a good bedside manner. Increases the happiness of patients when dealing with them. You're inspiring, but you're nasty, and has a passion for domestic woodwork. Okay, so these two kind of offset each other. You're not particularly good, though. Hangry, nausea-inducing class clown, doubts you care. Oh, wow, we've got some really rubbish doctors, I've got to be honest. Of you all, I guess you're the best one we can take. 20 grand, recruitment fee is 2,700. Very well, there you go. Get in there. Right. Hospital open. Good news, our hospital is now open for business. Patients are starting to arrive. After they register at reception, they'll be sent to the GPs for diagnosis. Hooray. Right, we'll try and move forward on regular speed. Oh, zooming or rotating? Zoom in and out using mouse wheel. There you go. Rotate the camera. And pitch the camera. Can I? Wait. There we go. Thank you. My lord. Right, let's get rid of you. I would like some things. First and foremost, I would like a little plant right there near our reception desk. We'll have a bin. And you know what? I'm not going to put the bin on the right next to the receptionist, so people have to hand their rubbish over reception. No, we'll put it there so it's nice and conveniently placed for people. We'll also get a little magazine rack. I don't know. Let's get some benches first. So we are going to want some benches in here. I guess we could have bench here, bench there. We'll plan for a decently busy diagnosis area. Right. Messages. We diagnosed our first patient. The GP has sent you a message. Have a look at the message in the bottom right. Very well. Pharmacy required. Our doctors have discovered a new illness, gout. Gout is frequently transmitted in bathrooms, and modern medication is effective, unlike earlier times when it had to be dug out painfully with a screwdriver. The patient is seeking treatment. We will need a pharmacy in order to treat them. It will cost $7,600 to build. Would we like to do it? Yes, absolutely. Could you please wait for me to do that? We'll slow down time just for now while I build this room. So, pharmacy. Now this is our first treatment room. I would like another GP's office around here though. So, I'm going to plan for that and build a pharmacy down here. There we are. We'll have a door right there. And of course, once again, no privacy in our hospital. It's just not something we practice. Right, so we're going to want a drug mixer. Now, this is the important item for a pharmacy. Now, you can be super efficient by having things as close to the entry point as possible, so that the moment people walk in, they can go straight to the thing they need to deal with. But efficiency is for schmucks. No. We're going to make our hospital nice and pretty. So we're going to have this one over there. I'll give you a filing cabinet, even though it's not necessary, and this will help with prestige a little bit. In fact, once again, 2 filing cabinets. One is for your entertainment literature. The other is for actual patient records. They don't need to know that you've got romantic novels in there. We will also have a plant right next to the bin, because the bin does actually pull down the prettiness of the room a little bit. So we want to handle that. Now, these are especially important in rooms with actual machines, because they can explode and catch on fire, in which case you absolutely need these. So popping down 2 is fine, in my opinion. But that's all we're going to pop in there. Doink. Pharmacy needs a nurse. Very well, let's get a nurse going. In terms of nurses, Florence Bilge. Green Fingers likes to argue. Oh, that's not too great. Argues with other people. We'll make sure it's slow. Other argumentative people. Afraid of the dark and its implications. You're good in the pharmacy, though. And you're faster than normal. And you're better at treating, which is actually amazing. Cheese for brains. Stupid. A slow learner that will take some time to develop. That's not great. Mark Riddle. Cheese for... Oh, really? Well, I mean, you like to argue, but... really good at your job. You've got green fingers as well, so you'll actually like to water plants when you haven't got anything else to do, so that's actually kind of cool. Still, always has the right batteries, and thinks that life is a rom-com. I mean, low learning speed isn't a problem. Bedside manner, treatment, or the pharmacy, which is 20% in treatment, and a little bit of diagnostics. We're going to go with Mark Riddle. If it had been Tom Riddle, I would have said no, but since it's Mark Riddle, get in there and do your job. Please and thank you. Right, let's get some benches down here for you. Well, 1 for now. We'll pop down a wee plant right next to it. Well, actually, yeah, sure, we'll pop a plant right there, and that'll tidy that little area up. Now, we've got lots of plants, and they're going to start drooping very soon. So let's go ahead and get a janitor. The girl next door, cheese for brains, vomits on impact. Okay. Layla Tingle. Cheese for brains. Why has everyone got cheese for brains? Is this a Wallace and Gromit movie or something? Another one with cheese for brains. Why? Tires easily. Lazy. And yet keeps on trucking. Those seem mutually exclusive. And you like to argue. Oh, that's also great. Tired of buying shorts. Well, you know, we all get to that point eventually. Now, you can capture ghosts, which is useful. Hopefully we won't have any. When someone dies in Two Point Hospital, sometimes they come back as a ghost, and sometimes that makes people very upset. So someone who can capture ghosts is good, and also it helps with research as well. Mechanics allows the janitor to upgrade things. Well done, you've cured our first patient. We've earned some money, and the hospital's reputation is improved, which will attract more patients. When a doctor or nurse treats a patient, their ability will influence the chance of success. Some illnesses are tougher than others. Continue diagnosing and treating patients to keep money coming in so we can expand the hospital. Indeed. Hooray! Now, mechanics allows us to upgrade things. That's not something we need right now. Motivation allows you to move faster. Maintenance allows you to repair things, which is good. Stamina training, energy drains at a reduced rate. We're going to go with you simply because, even though you get tired, because you can take care of ghosts, and that's pretty important for us. Right, you carry on doing your thing. Right, janitors and maintenance. Now that we've got some expensive machinery, we should think about looking after it. Machines will deteriorate with use and will need repairing from time to time. If a machine falls into disrepair, it can be a fire hazard. Fires are generally considered bad for business. Hire a janitor. They're already ahead of you. It's fine. Right. Janitor will be called to repair a machine when its maintenance level falls below 50%. You can also request that a janitor repair it immediately through the items option. Oh, that's nice. I would like to get my patients to have some food. Additionally, I would like my patients to be super happy the moment they walk into the hospital. Keeping people happy. It's important to keep your staff and patients happy to ensure the hospital runs smoothly. Patients will get bored, thirsty, and hungry over time. Make sure they have access to entertainment, food, drinks, and a comfy seat when they're between appointments. If they become unhappy, they will leave and go to another hospital, and we just can't allow that. No, no, no. There we are. Place one leaflet stand. I'll get onto that. Rotate items when holding an item. Click and hold. Blah, blah, blah. Well, we've already done this one, really. Hospital reputation increases with each patient successfully cured, but decreases with the treatment fails, especially if a patient dies. A higher reputation attracts more patients. Marvelous. Right, so we need a leaflet stand, and I would like this here leaflet stand to be about here. Well, actually, we could probably have it even over by reception. Sure, we'll pop it by reception. There we go. And we want a snacks machine as well. Let's have you cheesy gubbins. There we go. Marvelous, I must say. If you want to pick up an item, we can just do that after we've placed it, which is very nice. For you, though, I'm going to get 2 more benches near reception. There we are. And let's just have a look. How's that looking? We could have another plant pot here, and perhaps a plant pot here, and a bin next to the cheesy gubbins. In fact, staff energy and breaks. Staff get tired as they work and will eventually go on a break. A staff room will help them relax and return to work energized. Drinks and snacks help keep them happy too. Unlike Team Hospital, your staff need to eat and drink and in fact use the lavatories, and you have a lot of controls over all of these things. It is rather amazing. If you make a room larger and fill it with interesting items, it will be considered more prestigious. People using a high prestige room will become happier. A nice staff room will also help staff regain energy faster, which is always good. I'm actually going to move that over here instead. Now I'm going to move this bin, now that we've got that bin over there, to there. And that'll help out quite a lot, I think. In fact, let's go about moving this over here instead. It's not exactly great. In fact, I think what we're going to do is I'm going to be finicky about this, and I'm going to move these around a little bit. This can go live here, and we'll clear up reception a little bit by having the magazines rack just over there. Glorious, says I. Have we got anything else we can put out here? We don't.
We now bring you this segment,
So I've got to build a staff room.
Today I take a look at the new fine dining establishment, Le Soufflé Triste. And what a delight for the experienced palate this is.
I want it to be a decent
scrambled
size.
emu eggs on pickled toast are particularly good.
So Nigel, you are a scallywag.
Salt shakers.
Scrambled emu eggs. Pickled toast. What? Pickled toast? Who eats pickled toast? I can't even think of something more disgusting sounding than that right now. I've got a fairly good imagination. I'd like to think anyway. But right, we can put a locker in here. A tiny private space. You know what? Sure, my staff deserve a little bit of privacy, even if I don't give any to my patients. And we'll have a little jaunty chair right there. Oh, that'll look lovely. Now, people come in. Don't worry. They're going to be a little paranoid there, though, aren't they? Someone's just come in the room. Who is it? I'm going to have to turn around in my seat to find out. Well, life sucks. Right, let's pop... Sure, I'm going to make your paranoia even worse. You're going to be sat with people staring in at the back of your head from the window, too. Good days. Right, let's pop down another 2 couches down here, I think. There we go. And now I want some drinks and food in here specifically for my staff.
Caution. Always proceed with caution.
Pop down an extra plant as well. We are going to need a bin. We'll pop the bin over there, though. We could possibly even have a plant just in the middle there. There we go. It's a level 3 room, and I think that's perfectly adequate for now. There we are. Beauteous. Beauteous. Staff room. Staff will head to the staff room when they're on break. Fill the room with interesting things to help them become fully refreshed before their break ends. Note you can place a member of staff in the staff room to make them take a break if you want to. Now, the thing is, we've only got enough staff to handle everything we want them to do right now. So there will be times when, as we've seen there, our reception is like, nah, I don't feel like being on reception anymore. So Charlie work. Drinks and snacks are great for keeping people happy, but they can lead to littering. There are no bins nearby. While we're at it, staff and patients will get grumpy if they don't have access to any toilets. You might want to invest in some quality porcelain. I will do my best, but first, I need a new assistant. Amy picture, I'm sorry, no. Rob Rang, inspiring, green fingers, a natural mentor. Eats pasta disgracefully. I can look past that, Rob, because you're an incredibly happy person. You've got emotional intelligence, you have increased happiness, and you're pretty good at customer service. So, despite your fee, and you also like to take care of plants. That's marvellous. You're A-OK in my book. Let's have a look at you. Good, we've cured 5 patients in total. Each cure boosts our reputation. Just, chilling out. Having a bit of a rest. There we are. Happiness is decent. Feeling energized. Nice. Plus 10% speed, plus 20% customer service skill, plus 20% marketing skill. Now, we can pick them up, we can fire them, we can tell them to return to work, we can have a pay review, and we can tell them what jobs to work on. You know what? As one of my first staff, I believe that you deserve a decent wage. There we go. Also, you're like the face of the hospital, so I want you to be super happy. There you go. Can't say fairer than that.
Shenanigans, please.
Oh, come on, please. I love shenanigans. It's like one of my favourite words. Why have you got to be so... every time. Right, let's get ourselves a bathroom. And, new illness. Clamp discovered. No, don't stop there. Now, later on, we should be able to unlock the golden loot, but that'll come with time. I think if you've registered the game and you're on the forums, then you can place golden toilets. And really, who doesn't want golden toilets? We'll have 4 toilets in here for now. I would like a hand dryer here, and then a plant right next to the hand dryer. I would also like a plant over here as well. We'll have 2 sinks.
Radio.
Actually, do I want a couple more hand dryers?
On the field, Sally Fig Blanket has just returned with her camera crew from another field trip. As to what she was reporting on, I cannot say. Nobody tells me anything.
It's because you're moany. No one really likes talking to you. I'm sorry to be the bearer of bad news, but if no one lets you know, then how can you ever be expected to improve? I'm being cruel to be kind here, really I am. A Prestige 3 toilet. That should be good for everyone. Well done, the hospital level is increased. Keep expanding to attract more patients and staff. Right, okay. New illness. Our doctors have discovered a new illness, clamp. Once this grips a patient, it doesn't let go, afflicts many living statues and selfie-taking chumps. We'll send the patient for treatment in our pharmacy. Excellent. Janitors will empty bins and unblock toilets when required. Good news there. Okay. People should, crack on with their jobs. Now, you can do all sorts of things in here. We can say, further diagnosis. We hear reports from some new illness in town. This might be harder to diagnose. We may need to build new diagnosis rooms. If the GP isn't certain, they will send the patient for further diagnosis. Good. We can say that this can be used by patients, by staff, by women, by men. There's no other option there, unfortunately. However, one, massive increase is obviously in that regard is that you can have doctors, male doctors, female doctors, and that's true of all staff, which is a big step up from Theme Hospital. But there's always room for improvement. It's a slow process, and sometimes it can be frustrating by how slow it is. But progress is progress. As you expand the hospital with more rooms and staff, the hospital level increases. A larger hospital attracts more patients. As the hospital gets busier, queues may start to get long. We may need to build more GP's offices and other rooms and hire more staff to deal with the extra patients. Look out for queue warnings above rooms. We will indeed. But you can make very specific rooms for different people. And again, staff will need to use these rooms. Now, can I build a general diagnosis? Now, I could build this as a separate room, and I am tempted to do so. So, let's get this going, shall we? I'm going to want this room down here. Womp. Now, a general diag needs an examination table. I'm going to put it against the wall, because that's pretty much where the examination tables always are when I go to the doctors. There we go. And, yeah, again, no privacy. No. You're not paying us for privacy. If you were, you could have it, but only up until the tier of privacy that you have paid for. There would absolutely be tiers. I mean, come on. let's be honest, this is definitely not an NHS hospital. This is a money-making hospital, and so you have to pay for privacy. Only fair. There we go. Now, I believe this does count as a structure that needs fire extinguishers, so we'll pop a couple in. We are up to prestige level 3. Fantastic. Absolutely fantastic. Anything else we need? No, not really. Okay, pump. There we go. Now, we need some more doctors, definitely. So, let's have a look. We've got hangry, nausea inducing. No. Has potential. Skips rope with abandon. I like you already, Sean Burp. You've got a bedside manner and you're really good at diagnosis. Excellent. Let's get you in there. Sean, this is your room. I'm specifically going to tell you that, oh, well, actually, you could go to the... Well, both of you can actually do diagnosis. Okay. Well, you know what? You can do whatever jobs you want. That's fine. It's fine for now. There we go. So, let's have a look at how pretty the rooms are. I mean, you know, toilets are going to decrease the prettiness. There's not much we can do about that. What we can do is get some more benches over here if we want to. A ward has been unlocked.
Maintenance announcement. Plants need water.
Okay. And let's get a little magazine rack so that people can be... Oh, newsflash, there's a peculiar new illness in town. Lightheadedness. We're going to need some expensive new equipment to deal with this. Continue expanding the hospital to unlock the treatment room. We may also need another GP's office and some more staff to keep on top of things. Well, that is definitely a possibility, yes. I'm going to pop you there, and then I'm going to get you a plant here as well, just to make this little area super nice. And what's more, I'm going to give you a snacks machine. Don't say I don't give you anything. Of course, you're going to have to pay for it. I guess it's not really a gift. I'm selling you snacks. But there we are. So, anyone over here has got a little bit of entertainment. They've also got a little bit here and there. Now, this is... Oh, of course, yes. This is a nurse room, not a doctor room. You can place items from different... Like, I just got that out of the items for the corridor selection. But some ones are specific to being in the room. For example, psychiatry. Later on, you can get a fireplace to go in your psychiatrist's office. You can't place that in a different room. So it doesn't matter where you're looking at it from there. But I think that's where we're going to be wrapping up today's episode, or the first of today's episodes, I should say. I really hope you're excited to see 2 Point back on the channel, because I am super excited to bring it back to you all, and in the release version this time. Hopefully we'll be able to do things better this time around, since we have learned much more from our time with early access, and let's keep our fingers crossed. Very low death, 0 deaths in fact, and all of the prestige, and ultimately so I can be better than all my friends. Because, you know, it's all well and good curing people, but if I can't cure people and be better than my friends at doing it, then what's the point? But that's going to be it from me. So until next time, and as always, do take care, everyone.